Mic test. Where's the microphone? Testing. Yeah. Okay. Good. All right. So welcome to our. For the first time I have color. I feel so happy. Do you feel happy looking at color? Yeah, I feel happy looking at color. Right. So because most of my worksheets are all black and white. See, got color, but then later, hey, oh, this also got color. Then after that, the black and white already. Okay, but not too bad. Okay, so it's a big improvement. I try to have more color or have more variety. All right. So this is the P6 math problem solving class. Now, what do we do in this class? We only solve math problem sums. Okay. So in my description, I say it's only for the few who are brave enough to do this. Why? Because you see, every one of you has a booklet, and this is my booklet. The booklet looks like this. Now, this is not the only booklet that we're going to do. Right? Now, this booklet consists of all the questions. You can look at the content page. Yeah? So these are all the different types of heuristics that I want to go through, all right, with you. And it also has this, which is like a bit of a summary, right? This is just a summary of, in case you want to have a quick reference, okay? Like what are the different types of heuristics? You can take a look here. So how we go through this math problem sums is we go topic by topic. Like for example, this, you see remainder concept. So I will explain, okay, and then we will do. Now once again, this is not a test, it's not an exam. This is also not a competition. Yeah, to see who can do the fastest, right? We just make sure everybody understands everything. Now why do we need to do, why do we have a special, like a separate kind of class for this heuristics? Okay, to answer that question, I need to show you last year's math PSLE exam paper. All right, then you understand why. So last year's, have you all seen last year's 2020 PSLE math paper? No, haven't seen yet. Okay, so I'm going to show you. Yeah, right. This is last year's PSLE math paper. I actually did the question already. Okay, so with the wait, did I do it well? This is the dress thing, right? We only did one question, is it? Yeah. So I want to go through the last few questions, right? Which is paper 2. Okay, and I want to identify how many of the questions, right, actually use heuristics, right? So this is paper 2. Okay, let's just go through that. So first few questions don't have. You can just refer to the board, right? So this is just algebra. Okay, nothing exciting. All these are rate, so nothing much. So not heuristic. Okay, here comes one. This one. Okay, so this I don't need you to read through everything. I'll just tell you, right? So this is a heuristic. Just put letter H. This is a heuristic problem sum. Right? How many marks was this? I think it was like 4 marks. Right? Units and parts. Okay. Then imagine you are doing the paper. So no heuristic. Everything easy. Everything easy. Right? Then until question 7. Oh, here's one first heuristic. Right? Now units and parts is one of the hardest. So they give you the hardest at question number 7. One of the hardest, not the hardest. Okay. So if you don't know the heuristic, it's going to be tough. Right, then next one, another one, before and after. Okay, heuristic before and after. Right, so I'm gonna put a H here. So far, just on the previous one, I think it was like 4 marks. So you get, okay, three marks, 4 marks, also 7 marks. Heuristic. Then next question, okay, this one don't have. This one also don't have, right? It's just normal. This one is rate, right? So rate, there's no heuristic. So no heuristic. This one. He sold sorry, how many blue and red he sold altogether? He sold for something like before and after. Okay, how many did he have at first? So this is like a heuristic. Can? Now, I'm not saying that you cannot solve this if you don't know heuristic. You can, right? But if you know the heuristic, it'll be much faster. So this one, another heuristic. This is called value and units. Value and units heuristic. Okay? Then the next one, this one don't have heuristic. It's just observation. Just observe, right? And here also no heuristic. Yeah, this one H, another H. Okay, I think it's a remainder concept, and that was it. Okay, so can you see out of all the questions, we got like this one is 5 marks. So it's 5 mark heuristic, 5 plus 4, that's 9 marks. Then maybe plus another 4. 9 plus 4, how many marks? 13. 13 plus another uh, maybe 4, 17. 17 plus another, let's say 3 marks, 20, right? Yeah, so we get about 20 marks of problem sum. Okay, just paper 2 only.
Paper 2 is how much?
Paper 2 I think is, I don't know, 80? 20? Okay, see 10 marks, then usually I just do the question, never think how many marks. Okay, I don't have the thing over here, right? But I can check later. Okay, but what I'm trying to say, 20 marks is actually a lot of heuristic question. I haven't even gone through the paper one, some of the paper one, they are heuristics as well. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is, if you know the heuristics, like I know the heuristics, and then when I look at the questions, right, I immediately I know what to do. You understand? It's like I don't need to analyze and think of okay, what is the solution? What should I do? What method should I approach it? I don't even need to think about that. Okay, I look at the thing immediately. My pen is like start writing it. You understand, right? So that's the advantage of heuristic. Okay, it doesn't mean that every year definitely there'll be heuristic, because the previous year, like 2 years ago, there wasn't a single heuristic. I think maybe there's like one or two only, right? Then everything else, right, was just normal calculation. Okay, right? So what I'm trying to say is this: you may know your normal calculations, normal topics. That's right. Let me just rephrase that again. You have to know your normal topics well, okay, before you jump into heuristic. Some people may know all the heuristic, but it's only 20 marks, right? There is an additional 80 marks of normal ratio, percentage, fractions, and all that stuff that you need to know well first, before you try to do well in heuristic. Okay, one more time. I'm just going to say that again, in case you didn't get that. Okay, you need to know your normal stuff well first. Okay, that means your fractions, your percentage ratio. You need to understand that first, before you spend more time in heuristic. So if you are already very good in all the different topics, then this class, right, will benefit you a lot, right? So let's say over here, whatever things that we learn, right, over here is applicable only for problem sum. Okay, for problem sum. You understand that, Vincent? Right? It's for problem sums one. Can solve problem sums easy, right? So if you can solve all the problem sums, but then you don't know how to do MCQ, are you going to get your A? No. You understand what I'm saying, right? You got to make sure your fundamentals and your basics are good as well. Okay, that would be the first thing they need to be able to do well. Okay, so having said that, I want to go into our question, our notes, the notes that I giving you. Okay, just take a look at the content page first. Okay, so this is our content page. Now, today, I want to go through the remainder concept. Right? Hopefully, we can do remainder concept and maybe a bit of repeated identity. Right? So if you look at all this, right, I have all together about 10 different types. Now, there are some that I may not go through, and then there are some that is known with another name. Okay, I'm just going to give it to you right now. So, for example, okay, so this one, there's another name for this. This is called before and after. Single unchanged. Okay, I just want to use another name in case you get confused. Okay, so this is called before and after total change. This one, number 6, is called before and after difference and change. This one is called before and after units and parts. Okay, all right. Okay, so and these two are linked together. This one and this one. Right, I'm just going to write that down first. Because sometimes in your school, they may be going through it using another name, right? And then you may be confused, like, how come here it's called external transfer, and all this stuff. Don't worry, they're actually referring to the same stuff. Okay, all right. So now these are the stuff that we'll go through. Okay, does it mean that this is the complete list of heuristic? No. All right, but I want to highlight that these are the commonly asked one. Okay, that means what I'm trying to say is if you know all of this, right, 1 to 10, there's a very, 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 very high chance that you're going to get A star. But of course, now there's no more A star, right? They don't call it A star, right? Or do they call it A or what? 1. 1. Okay? So I'm just going to say again. If you know all of this heuristic, there's a very, 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 very high chance that you will get your AR1. Unless they give you some weird question that is not in any of this heuristic. Okay? Right, so what does that mean? That means you gotta pay attention. Okay, that means you need to know how to do them. Now, if you do not know how to do them, just feel free to ask me. Okay, right? So units and parts, correct. These two are almost the same. Okay, right? So without further ado, I'm going to go into this one. The first one, which is remainder concept. I'm going to write today's date. Today is the 3rd of Feb, 2021.
Maybe you do like each one, like you want the same.
I try, see how. Right? Because if I do each one lesson, right, 1, 2, it's going to take me 10 weeks. 10 weeks is like 3 months. 3 months, that means until April, right? Yeah, then I'll be able to finish this and then you can go and do the revision. Okay, so today, 3rd of Feb, right? Let me go through remainder concept. Okay, so remainder concept is the first box. You see this one? Yeah. So in remainder concept, this is just one example, right? You see, Ashley had $100, so she used up $50. Now, what amount is 1/5 of the remainder? So for remainder concept, what we do is we gotta set aside the remainder, and we use what we call the drop down remainder. This thing is called the drop down remainder. Right? We like to use the drop down remainder to help us to remind us, right? Why? Because sometimes the remainder in the box here, right? I mean, in this particular question is just nice, we can put into 5. But sometimes, or a lot of times, the difficult question, the drop down remainder, right, doesn't tally with whatever is here. Okay, so we drop down the thing. So anyway, how do we solve this particular question? This one. She actually had $100, she used up 50. So the whole thing is 100, you use up 50, so you're left with 50, right? So this one is 50. Now what is 1/5 of the remainder? So 1/5 of the remainder is 10. How come? Because the remainder, what we do is we drop into 5 boxes. And since you use up 50, the remainder here must be 50 as well.
So it's 50 divided by 5.
Yeah, 50 divided by 5, right? So each box is 10, which is 1/5 of the remainder. Princess, do you understand? Really, right? Okay, so easy, no? Drop down remainder, right? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at some questions, okay? So let's move to the question. So if you see this page, okay, this is the first question. Now, how we're going to do